Well, thank you for joining us here at noon. I mean, plenty of people have their eyes glued to the TV today, Nathan, wondering what is to come. What can you let us know, especially as we have this weather impact alert in place?
Good afternoon, Jurnee. When I was driving into work this morning, I saw a few snowflakes flying around. Very much light activity for the most part, but there's more coming our direction as we go through the rest of the afternoon. So we do have a THV 11 weather impact alert all day today for the winter weather, and then we have the alert continuing into Wednesday, Thursday, and also into Friday. Not for winter weather, but for bitter cold, dangerous cold expected once this winter weather moves out. Arctic air really makes its way in from the north and northwest. Here's the current radar. The blue, that's where the snow is falling. The pink, that's where we have the freezing rain or sleet. And the green, that's the rain. At this time, temperatures continue to slowly warm up. We're 34 in Little Rock, 34 in Hot Springs, 31 though in Mena, and it's 27 in Fayetteville, where the roads are snow covered in that part of the state, and also North Arkansas. So road conditions will start to deteriorate later this afternoon and especially into this evening as the temperatures will drop down below freezing. But here's a closer look at what's happening when we take a look at the ice identifier. This is most likely sleet in Garland County, Yell County, also into Hot Spring County. And then this purple area, that's where the freezing rain is located. Meanwhile, the blue, that's where Snow Seeker is detecting light snow for the most part. Nothing too much on the heavy side as of right now. We have winter weather alerts, winter storm warnings in effect for North Arkansas for heavy snow. Here in Central Arkansas, it's for the combination of a wintry mess. That means a little bit of freezing rain, I think mainly sleet, especially down to the south of Little Rock, and then on top of that we'll have some snow. Winter weather advisory in effect for the rest of the state, just for that wintry combo of sleet, freezing rain, and maybe even a little bit of snow. Here's one future radar we're watching as we go through the rest of the afternoon hours. The coverage of precipitation, and it's a mixed bag, will pick up in coverage and intensity going through the rest of the afternoon into the evening hours. You see the pink here, so that spells out we're still dealing with sleet here in Little Rock through the early evening hours, but that snow line is getting a little bit closer. How much snow, how much sleet, and how much ice am I expecting as we go into the rest of this winter storm? I'll have all those details and let you know how cold it's going to get coming up.
Definitely a big question, Nathan. Thank you. Well, state transportation crews have prepared Arkansas roads for the challenging conditions to come. RDOT's Dave Parker says if you have to get out, the department has put down preventative road treatment that includes salt brine and rock salt. Parker is adamant the state's highways will withstand the test of winter weather. However, their biggest concern is freezing rain and ice.
Every tool we have in our bag to fight winter weather, we will use this week. Freezing rain is the worst of all because it comes down as rain and immediately hits that pavement that's cold and it freezes. It's hard to treat that. We're preparing, we're communicating, everyone's ready to go.
Parker says as for the beet juice, they won't bring that out until the temperatures get a little lower. And while the highway is the state's concern, protecting your home is yours. Now is the best time to take precautionary steps to prevent a pipe burst. Captain Rowley explains.
Pipes don't give you any warning before they freeze. It is a sudden, rapid, and then boom process.
Jeff Fuller from his family's Little Rock hardware store says turning on your faucets at your sink could be just as important as prepping the rest of your house and save you money.
Just go ahead and leave a little trickle on both sides of the faucets because running water rarely freezes at all, so that could definitely save your pipes.
On top of leading the water on, Fuller says that using heaters or other items to keep the pipes warm is another step to ensure that there's no damage to your home or apartment.
Any kind of insulation you can put on them is great. Faucet covers for outside, pipe insulation, heated tape.
But heaters can be used as a tool to keep the water running through the pipes in the cold.
If you have an old halogen work light, those put off a tremendous amount of heat. So you can use that in a crawl space or any place where there's exposed pipes or pipes in any kind of room that may not be getting much heat.
There are some signs to look out for if pipes start to freeze.
When the water quits flowing, that's when you need to start looking for a leak. It can be really hard to find a busted pipe in a wall.
While it could take a few months after a thaw to find out if there's a problem with pipes, Jeff says that a burst pipe could cost you thousands if not kept warm.
You don't see it until a lot of the damage is done. So you're talking replacing flooring, absolutely, of course, replacing plumbing, but replacing flooring, drywall, probably not the studs if it's something that happened that quick.
While you're running your water, you can actually also open the cabinets under your sink. That way the warm air from your house or apartment will go in and warm those pipes, also preventing them from freezing. In Little Rock, Catherine Rowley, THV 11 News.
A slew of federal job cuts have some Arkansans out of work this afternoon. The park ranger industry is the latest to feel the wrath of President Trump's abrupt terminations. Until just recently, Stacey Ramsey worked at the Buffalo National River as a seasonal employee. She then, however, entered a probationary period as she awaited a promotion and never came as she was let go as a direct response to new policy.
I was always out in the field talking to visitors, making sure that they understood the risks associated with whatever that they may be in the park to experience.
Ramsey tells us they had the option to resign and accept temporary pay. She declined, only to later be fired. And there was no fatalities in a plane crash that was reported to have landed upside down. Tension still high in light of recent travel mishaps, plus a presidential order had hundreds of FAA workers terminated. Tom Hansen is following the developing story.
Social media footage shows the moment a Delta Airlines plane skids, catches fire, then flips over at Toronto Pearson International Airport Monday afternoon.
Our plane crashed. It's upside down.
Images of the aftermath show the plane on its top on the tarmac, its wings and tail ripped off, and landing gear pointed towards the sky.
All of a sudden, everything just kind of went sideways. And then the next thing I know is kind of a blink and I'm upside down, still strapped in.
Passenger Pete Carlson told Canadian broadcasters he knew he had to get off the plane quickly.
Took my seatbelt off, which I had obviously left fastened for the landing. And as I took it off, crashed down onto the ceiling, which had become the floor.
Despite the devastating damage, officials say all 80 people on board, including 76 passengers and 4 crew members, survived.
It's really important that we do not speculate. What we can say is the runway was dry and there was no crosswind conditions.
Aviation experts say investigators will now begin a methodical review to piece together what went wrong, taking a close look at weather conditions.
They're going to be looking at things like wind gusts, wind shears, things like that, icing on the runways, the condition of the aircraft, and what the pilots were seeing, thinking, and experiencing.
And Monday's crash marks the 5th high-profile plane crash in the last 3 weeks in North America. And I want to read you a statement from Delta Airlines. They say the hearts of the entire global Delta family are with those affected by today's incident. Tom Hansen, CBS News, Toronto, Canada.
Well, you may have some concerns when traveling. However, if you still have a trip planned, things worth considering on your next hotel search ahead at 12:18.
And here's what you can expect for the rest of the day into tonight. It's mainly an all-snow event in North Arkansas. Wintry mix for the rest of us, and that means a potpourri of precipitation. Who has the best chance of snow, sleet, freezing rain? I have all the details that you need to know about this winter storm coming up.